Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This is my top 10 stocks as we head into Tuesday, May 14th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. And also, if you trade Bitcoin, I'll do a bonus analysis at the end. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the market is still open for a small amount of time. So that candlestick that you see right there will still be moving around. And I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So ticker symbol number one, AMC. And I'm sure if you follow the headlines, you know that AMC and GME went crazy. I'll be doing GME as the second chart here, but huge volume. Definitely some shorts caught off guard. Definitely some shorts covering here today. So it'll be interesting to see how this continues to play out. But at the end of the day, massive volume, very attractive price action, and that's ultimately what we care about as traders: is volume, volatility, price action, and AMC definitely had all of that. So we'll map out some key levels here. So the party seems to have stopped now. Market's still open for 13 more minutes, but I'm looking like the top is probably in for today at least. So first key battleground, nothing fancy at all. No, vast logic, just a simple question of where did the party finally stop? And that was right up there at $5.88. So for that reason alone is where that market's coming from. So again, no fancy logic at all. So if this upwards, explosion is going to continue, 588 will be the key battleground to watch moving forward. Now, for those of you that like to play pullbacks in terms of areas where you could find some potential support, main interesting level to me stands right around this $4.35 mark down there. Let me change that to green for support. So keep an eye on that. And maybe some sort of bull flag is coming, maybe meaning the price pulls back here a little bit. And then, so yes, that would give you a pullback right here. But in the spirit of, what was going on before the pullback, well, you had this huge explosion right there. That would be a bull flag pattern. So I'm not saying a bull flag is going to occur, but if this pulls back some more, you could potentially get a bull flag, bull pennant type situation. But at the end of the day, big volume, big price movement. We know AMC has a track record of moving potentially really big. So is this the start of something even bigger? Certainly worth keeping an eye on. Next one, GME, same thing. All the news, well, not really all the news, just that one bit of news about the guy on Twitter making the comment. But same general idea here. Opening 30 minutes, fantastic. Unfortunately, trading halts really kind of put a damper on things, which is always disappointing. And then pulled back. But during the pullback is when things get a little shaky because it's like, okay, is this going to be the beginning of the end? But we got our answer. No, it was not beginning of the end. The price leveled out very nicely, and that's where our key level of support comes into play right there at 27.30. And again, that's just based on the fact that that's where this bleeding here finally stopped and it started to go sideways. Now, I wish I could say that trading was as easy as just locating at something that's going sideways, because sideways means for sure guaranteed it's going back up. If only it were that easy, but it's not. Now, it does, it becomes more plausible. Let's just say that the price was still, drop in. I'm sitting here saying, hey, it's looking like this could be the bottom. You'd be totally justified to say, well, based on what? The price is literally still going straight down. But that's not the case here, right? It's at least gone sideways. So it doesn't mean a bottom, but at least makes it more plausible. If this thing is going to try to turn around, then to me, the main battleground to watch from a resistance standpoint, right there at that level. So we'll see if the price can push up through there or not. But all things considered, very eventful day, very exciting day. And who knows, maybe we're going to get a whole lot of excitement this entire week. Next one, FFIE. Good mover here and good solid pattern has taken shape. So let's just get this pattern drawn into play. So we have our resistance portion of it. And I'm going through this a little quicker because you already kind of heard me talk about this with AMC. So there's the bottom part of the pattern. Now, AMC hasn't quite pulled back. This one has pulled back. So this is an example of what could be happening with AMC if it pulls back. But nonetheless, here on FFIE, it has pulled back. So let's keep this one color now to make the pattern a little bit easier to see. So we have our resistance. We have our support. We have the big upwards move here. For you golfers, try to make it a little bit more visual. Put the golf hole down here, and this would be a bull pennant pattern. So just because it's a bullish pattern does not mean for sure the price is going to go upwards, but is it plausible that if the price can come up here and you get a break up through that top part of the pattern, that break in of itself could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a plausible outcome. Next one, NVAX, and I'm going to this one very quickly too because you literally just heard me talk about this pattern, but once again, very big stock today. A lot of people talking about it. A lot of volume, a lot of volatility, and just quite frankly, from a pattern standpoint, a very nice pattern. So you're probably seeing the shape already, but resistance, support, Very nice move up, a golf hole down here. So we have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. The biggest difference here is this one's not a penny stock. FFIE was a penny stock. But nonetheless, if you like bull pennants, definitely keep an eye on NVAX. And once again, and I don't mean to, I don't want to waste your time. So that's why I'm going through these quicker, because you've already heard me say this, and I don't mean to just repeat myself over and over again. But sometimes the market's just going to spit out at you a lot of the same types of patterns. So this is one of these days where if you like the bull pennant, then you're going to have you're going to have a lot to look at, a lot to consider. So resistance, support, nice move up, golf hole down here. So yet another bull pennant pattern here on CCLD. Real quick, want to take a quick break and personally invite you to sign up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering later on in the week. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free webinar. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box you can use to sign up. Or if you're watching at my website, there's an area right there on the page you can use to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying it, then definitely get signed up for the free live webinar. Next one, NKLA. Overall, nice opening 30 minutes here. You can see huge green candle. It did pull back, and I should note where it pulled back. Well, right here at the level of resistance that I know I've talked about in past videos, that purple line there, that 50-period moving average. So we'll just tackle that. That'll be the main battleground moving forward, 50-period moving average. So continue to watch that. But the level that I'm most curious about is this area down here as support at 54 cents. And why is 54 cents in my mind a muscle level? And I'm not saying this will occur, but if the price were to come down here and then break down below it, what would that be doing to the price at that point in time? That would quite literally be putting the price right back inside of that range where it just was. Or said another way, that would imply that there is this huge bounce and then the price has gone right back to where it was. Not exactly a sign of genuine strength when that sort of action happens. So again, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but that's why in my mind that 54 cents mark, a very, very important level of support. And again, key level of resistance right there at that 50-period moving average. Next one here, TSLA Tesla, and same general idea of what I just talked about. Opening 30 minutes, very, very impressive. Bit of a pullback, but it has not gone back to where it was. Gone back to where it was being defined as what? Well, that's where I would say on Tesla right here at 170.50, very important level of support, because as I've just mapped out on the previous one, if the price were to drop down below, that would imply that the price made a great bounce up and then has now gone right back to where it was. So 170.50, very, very important level of support. In terms of areas of resistance, main battleground going to be the top part of this area right around here of 175.50. If you go back to the history of things, you can see right there, rejected the price several times, rejected it, and then even right there, rejected it. So any sort of recovery back up, 175.50. But yeah, by far, at least in my opinion, at least the most important dynamic is the price needing to stay above there, and that's the main question. Can the price at least maintain 170.50? We'll see what happens. Next, NIO, very nice opening 30 minutes. Prices pulled back. And yeah, once again, maybe you're noticing some themes. Lots of bull pennants, and a lot of these where was originally nice movements and then a bit of a pullback. And now it's just all about that question of can the price make progress? And the progress point here is at right around 527 here for NIO. Because if the price were to come back down to that area and then drop down below it, well, we have that typical thing that I've already pointed out where you got the nice move up and then the price going right back to where it was. So you don't want to see the price fall below 527 for those reasons. In terms of levels of resistance, definitely the main battleground to watch closely. Going to be right around that level at 565. You can see right here, behaved as resistance, and that's essentially where it got rejected from today. But yes, all things considered, good solid movement, bit of a pullback, but the pullback still has the opportunity to build that higher base. So let's see if the bulls can get that job done or not. Next, SOUN, and the thing that I think a lot of people have done, and I say a lot of people because when a lot of people are watching the same levels, wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movements. And I think a lot of people have drawn that trend line right there. So if the price were to come up here and break up through there, in my opinion, not unrealistic to think that that break in of itself could create way more buying pressure, even if just because people are buying because they're breakout traders and something's breaking out, so they're supposed to buy, hence the self-fulfilling prophecy. And right here, you can see last 30 minutes getting pretty interesting. Nice little green candle here. Kind of hard to see, but this volume bar right here is actually a good size. So yeah, last 30 minutes here, things are picking up pace. It's getting closer to that level. So can the price break through it? Certainly an interesting set of circumstances there. And then in terms of levels of support, if you like to play pullbacks more, just keep an eye on that purple line right there, 50-period moving average. But in my opinion, at least by far the most interesting dynamic about this is that resistance trend line and whether or not the price can break up through it. Next one, TQQQ, and what I just talked about there on with SOUN still pertains. Got to think that a lot of people have connected those two dots right there, gave them that trend line. So once again, just goes back to the whole the simplicity of things. So a lot of people watching it, potential self-fulfilling prophecy. And then this will mean a little bit more to those of you that have watched past videos, but if you have, you know that I've been talking about that purple line there being the key area of support. I mean, just check it out. Support, 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 support. And then today, never quite hit it. Got somewhat close right there, but even, not that close. But once again, it held as support. So that remains the main level there. And then just to extend things out here, if we want to just use that purple line, whoops, didn't want to do that much. But if we just want to use this purple line here as a lower trend line, so we have support, we have resistance, and you have this, wedge formation taking shape here. But all things considered, good solid day. Sure, it would have been nice if the price maintained itself from the bounce up, but it's not like it collapsed or anything like that. At one point, yeah, sure, it was down pretty low, but it recovered back nicely upwards. So the big question mark moving forward is who is going to win within this battle of the wedge. So a lot of eyeballs watching both sides of it. Who's going to ultimately win? That's what a watch is all about, identifying those unique situations and then building trade plans based off of it. Now, I'll get to Bitcoin here in just a second, but for you stock traders out there, again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more, then definitely go get signed up for that free webinar. It'll be later this week, Thursday, May 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope to see you there. Now let's talk some Bitcoin. One quick disclaimer here. Instead of now doing the 30-minute time frame, we are looking at the 4-hour time frame. So each one of these candlesticks represents 4 hours worth of time. And I like to do that just because Bitcoin is open 24/7. So that'll allow this analysis here to remain relevant for as long as possible. And all things considered, good, solid overall weekend here for Bitcoin. Mapped out these levels and these key supports. And you can see price did an absolutely beautiful, fantastic job of staying up above that 60,700 mark, which I talked about previously. So right there with the power of charts, it's made its way up, has now gotten through the purple line there. Good solid move. So let's just assume now that you're watching this video 15, 20 hours from now after I upload it. Question number one you need to ask yourself is, when you're watching this, where's the price at relative to that 200 period moving average? If you're answering the question that the price is up above it, that is a good sign. How good of a sign? Well, how far up above that pink line is it? The further up above the pink line, that just illustrates the more strength that the bulls have obtained. Because right now there's some strength as I speak, but how much more strength? Well, again, how far up above that 200 period moving average is it? So very straightforward from that end. If you're saying, well, Clay, the price is actually still down below that pink line, not the end of the world, but you would want to quickly say, okay, well, where's the price at relative to 60,700? If somehow you're answering the question that the price is down below there, then immediately, okay, well, is the price at least still above 59,660? And if somehow you're answering the question, the price is below both of those, that would be really, really terrible. That would imply that this bounce here has failed and really rolled back over. Now, I doubt you're answering it that way, but nonetheless, those would still be the questions you want to ask yourself. Or maybe you're just saying, well, Clay, the price is still below that level, but it is up above here. At that point, consolidation would be the best way to illustrate that, because that would just be implying the price is chopping around like that. But all things considered, Bitcoin looking very good right now. And as I invited the stock traders, I'm inviting you as a Bitcoin and crypto trader, because what you learn about in the class definitely can and should be used within your crypto and Bitcoin trading. So go get signed up. Like I said, it'll be later this week, Thursday, May 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these or if you have any requests, hit that like button, leave a comment below. Like I said, if you'd like for me to take a look at a chart, leave that in the comment section, and I'll do my best to get to it. So thank you for watching. Go get signed up for that free class, and have a good one.